So hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider for Remastered. So guys, 115 speaking, it's not a coincidence we've seen the Amulet of Horus in the loading screen. This thing is gonna play an absolutely crucial role in today's level. So, what level am I talking about? The Temple of Horus, of course, where according to Theomachist's prophecy we were supposed to get all along as the wielder of the Amulet of Horus. First and foremost guys, this is the great finale. There are some things to enjoy. It has really one of the best puzzles in the series. So first of all, we are gonna get our hands on 5 goodies, raising the total to 589, getting the maximum total of pickups and unlocking Buried With Me. Finally, we've been working towards this throughout the entire game, although in my original video I only counted 4 pickups, because one of these is re-picking up the Amulet of Horus and it just feels dirty to have our pickups count increase, similar to the crowbar in Antarctica in TR3. Nevertheless, when it comes to kills, we are gonna score 11 kills ourselves, but you can score an infinite number of kills. There is in fact gonna be the Amit, the Devourer, who we can devour for an achievement, but the thing is, you can do this an infinite number of times and each one will score you a kill. So, yeah, the 10 other enemies are bats. Again, we are approaching the finale and all we're gonna do is kill vermin. Great, and we're not even gonna kill the big baddie. Oh no, we're gonna run away with a tail between our legs. I don't like this. Nevertheless, we are done with all the secrets in the game and all the breakable vessels. When it comes to the achievement, we are also gonna unlock Good to See You Again, Werner, just for finishing the level. Here, we are also gonna wrap up the Theomachist via finally scoring the final 8th handstand in front of the great statue of Horus. And when finishing the level, we'll be on a set timer to make it out as quickly as possible, which is gonna make me creating a level and say very difficult, but let's see how I'll manage. Anywho guys, I promised you the best puzzle in the series, or one of them anyway, and here it is. So first of all, before we are worthy to enter the Temple of Horus, we are to be judged. If the judgment will be something unappealing, well, there's always Amit the Devourer hiding in shadows. And don't worry, I'm gonna take a picture of this beauty, but not quite yet. I love the Sacred Lake theme playing here right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's really only the second time in the game that it plays here. So, here are the weights. And of course, the weight of our heart, which is supposed to be put into canopic jar, is supposed to be weighted against the feather. If it's heavier, because of sins committed, our heart's gonna be devoured and we're not gonna make it to the afterlife. That's the idea of the Egyptian afterlife. They have one of the most dark and twisted versions of it, which must have stressed out people a lot if they believed it. However, we don't need to cut out our own heart. All we gotta do, this adventurer probably tried that, we instead need to put the exact weight amount with water. Now, ancient Egyptians didn't exactly use liters or anything like that, but we can pick up a large water skin, and remember, in Mastabas we already found the smaller one, and I filled it for the journey, which now contains 3 liters. The big one contains 5 liters. Now again, these shouldn't be liters, these should be 5 units of weight, but liters is what we modern people are more familiar with. That's why they did this, okay? So guys, first of all, I'd like to show you what happens if you put more than 2. For example, let's empty the water skin we've been carrying, and let's get punished. See, our heart is heavier than the feather over here, and there's Amit the Devourer released from her cage. She's a bit of a shy lady, and again, nothing like in the Temple of Osiris, but there she is, goofy looking. Oh my god, we need to put a light in again. What's up with the OGs being so dark suddenly? They were the bright ones once upon a time. So yeah, let's take a picture of her like this. And you know what, for the remasters, I'm gonna turn the light off because it's a little bit too bright. There we go. So guys, all you gotta do is shoot your revolver 4 times. Devourer of the Devourer, defeat Amit. And you will now notice that our kills count has in fact increased by 1. And you can do this as many times as you want, which is why in the scrolling text at the beginning of the video you would see 11 plus kills, okay? So I'm applying the same principle as with the 3 wise monkeys in Mastaba's level. So let's solve the first puzzle. We need 2 units of water. Let's just find the water skins now. And what I would absolutely like to do, this one's very simple, is fill this one with 5. Then This one has only 3 liter capacity, which that would show you even when empty, but it's fine, meaning we are left with 2 liters. And that's essentially it, the gist of the very first puzzle. It's just to get you started. Finally a puzzle where we actually need to use our brain somewhat. The second stage is actually the one I consider the most difficult. It has a few extra steps, which is a lot of fun. Anywho guys, the Army of Darkness, I promised you, here they are. Bets. Yep. Uzis are, I think, the best bet at this point, or you can also go crazy with explosive crossbow bolts. You gotta stop there for just a microsecond to make it through easily. It's again a new kind of trap. I do like the fact that we have yet another one. Anywho, another pair of bats taken care of. Excellent, let's keep going. The first time I ran through this level in my trial run, a bat flew off the map and I couldn't get all the kills, which was infuriating. And there is Amit again. If you want, you can kill this old grumpy lady on every single level, but you don't have to. Okay guys, 4 units of water, liters, let's say this time. Okay, so this is gonna get interesting. What I would like to do is fill the large water skin. And now I would like to empty the small one. Excellent. Now let's put the water into the small one yet again. We are at a 2 liter capacity.
No.
Now what I want to do is again empty the small one, and we want to put 2 liters into the small one. The reason is, with this small water skin, we can now take 1 liter off the top of a full large water skin. So we'll be reducing the amount of 5 into 4. Oh wait, we need to do it from this order. There we go, 4 liters, that's essentially the gist of it. And the third level is gonna have an, in my opinion, easier version of this. Now make sure you are aligned properly when approaching this, or Lara's just gonna spill your hard work onto floor. It can happen occasionally, and it's very annoying when that does. Okay, now this time, the Army of Darkness got stronger. There are 3 bats. Oh yeah, the stakes are high. Okay, I believe we killed them. I'm gonna check the kills count when we make it to the next level. Okay, excellent. Now 2 more bats. Wonderful, and there should be 1 other around the corner inside this puzzle room itself. Oh my god, where is it? That's not right. Bat? Hello? Bat? Okay, maybe we need to touch some of these tiles to make it spawn. What is happening here? Okay, let me check the kills count. Maybe we already killed it. Oh, we did! We did kill it! We are at 481. Guys, I don't know where the third bat appeared, but even in my notes I always have it appearing in this room, and it must have flew in already. Okay, well, this is the annoyance with the bats. Anyhow, we are good, so that means we've bagged all 11 kills, which is all we want for this level. Now, all we gotta do is essentially have 1 liter. Now I'm thinking of a best way to do this. I could... oh yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's now fill it up. And since the large water skin has 2 liter capacity, we are left with 1 in the small water skin. Okay, excellent. I guess this was supposed to be the trickiest one, because it requires the smallest, most precise unit of water, but nah, not really. This one's super duper easy. Okay, now let's sprint, and grab the ladder. This is very dangerous, you should probably not do it. Also, past this point, please guys, do not use the whole release and re-grab the ladder technique. It will not work. Something about this middle level that we're passing through, with its very unique ornate trapdoor, disables Lara's ability to re-grab the ladder. It's a known bug that they, at least to my awareness, haven't fixed in the remaster. And yes, I'm gonna show you what's up there with a photo mode, but first, let's descend here. We are again connected to the moonlight we've summoned in the previous level, which is a nice continuity. And there, we get a flyby, and I get an opportunity to have a sip of my morning coffee. There he is, Horus. This is the statue of Horus, surrounded by 4 pedestals for holy scriptures we collected in underneath the Sphinx, and we need to put the armor on this guy. This is also the final grade statue for the Theomachist, which actually feels pretty appropriate. Oh, now we get a control of Lara. Interesting, even before the cutscene ends. So first of all, I promised you we'll take a look at the middle level. This is gonna play a role towards the end of the level, but here it is, a symbol of Horus, and a shape that does resemble the amulet of Horus, doesn't it? Well, we need to prime this to be ready for use first. Anywho, let's do an incredibly dangerous swan dive now. Woohoo! Nice. We almost made it to the second somersault. Here is a stable patch that we can climb upon. And guys, before you start doing anything with the statue, I recommend unlocking the Theomachist achievement right now. So let's do it. This is so satisfying. Do a handstand within the sight of all the great statues. Okay guys, we actually pulled it off. We did it. And I want to show you what the statue will look like, but you know what? We are actually not gonna get an opportunity to do that when it has the armor on. So I'm thinking we should do it right about now. Or let's put the holy scriptures there first. A couple of things I'd like to show you. This level actually has a loading screen integrated in it, and it switches us to a different map altogether when certain events transpire. It's a bit odd, but it shares the statistics and everything with it. I think the best way for me to show this to you is that grate is closed, that grate is closed, and over here is a dark square. This will be a protruding block we'll be able to climb onto after the loading screen. There will also be the final pickup of the game over here, a small medpack, quite underwhelming but very useful at this stage. And yeah, we'll be navigating this area after the loading screen, but I just wanted to point it out that it's not in fact exactly the same map. Oh yeah, if you approach the armor of Horus and try to put it on him, it will not work. We need to put the 4 holy scriptures first, and then this part I actually don't like. Lara's gonna put it on the statue as part of a cutscene. I wanted us to do it. I feel like we, the players, have earned the right after collecting it and lugging it all across the Egyptian desert, but there you have it. Okay, with Lara here, putting the holy scripture there, I would like to take a picture. Maybe Lara's not even gonna be visible, and that is fine. This, I think, deserves an FOV extension. There we go. There's Lara's head, which is kind of cute. It's not gonna get better than that. But what I really like is that, unlike in the original, the remasters have added this starry effect all around it. You know, you can almost sense the energy, which is pretty cool. And now, after putting the holy scriptures in, you need to approach the statue. And let's see just how powerful Horus is. See guys, I said it, a loading screen. Now what exactly happened right now? Well, Horus has left the stars, entered the statue wearing the armor of Horus, but Seth was like, nope, he probably left Von Croy's body, he always travels as a swarm of locusts, and was like, Horus, it's time to go. And he's right, his cousin is really weak. This was pathetic, Horus. And we are now left on our own. There he... oh, whoa. Okay, I guess Seth is a bit camera shy. Let's wait for him to leave that beam of light. There are a couple of things I want to show you guys. If you've been paying attention, there is the amulet of Horus, which has fell into the water. Of course, it's not gonna tell you exactly where it is. I'm telling you, it is right here, right now, okay? Now, a couple of things I'd like to explain when it comes to Seth himself, and I would appreciate him moving into a better position. First of all, if you enter the moonbeam light, you are safe from any harm, okay? Keep this in mind in case you need to catch a rebreather. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is the picture of Seth I want. Although, maybe from more up close, let's see. Okay. You know what? No, this is actually pretty decent. And in case you're wondering why there is no health bar when we have the boss health bar enabled, that's because Seth, my friends, is invincible. But with a revolver or a shotgun, you can juggle the guy around. Lara's probably asking now, where is her mother? But yeah, this is the final boss fight of Tomb Raider 4, my friends. It's nothing to write home about, is it? Doesn't feel exactly like we're facing a god or anything like that. This is essentially a weaker version of the Sapphire Lee boss fight from the reunion level, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So, what's the plan? Now that we've re-picked up the Amulet of Horus, let's enter the grate, which only opens upon you picking it up, so you can open the grate on literally the other side. Let's also get one of the final pickups, Uzi Clips. Why Uzi Clips? He's invincible. They don't even stagger him, only revolver and shotgun does. And in case you guys are wondering, how about explosive? You know, explosive crossbow bolts, super grenades. They do nothing. Those don't even stagger him. Only the punch of a revolver or a shotgun. But staggering him is... why? What's the point? We need to be on the move constantly. Anyway, pressing this second lever primes the gorgeous ornate trapdoor we've seen up. Oh, I hear missiles being fired. I had to interrupt the cutscene. He can also charge up a much stronger version of the missiles, and if he does, that can set Lara on fire. Thankfully, we're surrounded by water, okay? So, it's time for us to leave. Yep, this is the final boss fight of Tomb Raider for everyone. All we've achieved is we released Seth from his sarcophagus and now gave him a bigger room to play in. Great! Are you guys as disappointed as I am in Tomb Raider 4? Oh, whoa, that was nasty. Okay, I need to time these jumps better, but thankfully you don't need to be perfectly aligned to make most of them, as seen here. Uh-oh, another charge. Ooh, always listen to his firing momentum. Now jump. Whoa! And my friends, this is the final pickup of the game. Buried with Me is now officially ours, which feels incredible. Okay, once you grab a ledge, even getting hit by the missiles should not push you down, which is important. Okay, and now this is a tricky jump. It helps to press action at the very end. Whoa, and you can roll out of the way of those incoming missiles as Lara's recovering. Oh, he's on a rapid fire mode. I do not appreciate that one bit. Okay, we are doing great. Let's light up a flare in this dark tunnel. Okay, guys. Now, this entire boss fight, however, sets up the perfect reward for New Game Plus. That's all I'm gonna say for now, but if you'll be checking out my New Game Plus video, which will come out on New Year's Eve, according to Giza time zone in Egypt, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you already played New Game Plus yourself. Okay, now what I recommend is grabbing this, but do not climb up, use it for cover as you're shimmying. It's really the smartest thing, or smartest way we can go about this. And now, let's wait for him to release the missiles. Excellent. Okay, and shimmy, 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 don't let Lara use her legs, that's gonna slow her down. And once you're in this moonbeam light, you are safe, okay? But now, I'd like to think of a best way to do this. Excellent. And my friends, I am going to save the game here. Why? Do I feel like we are in a great danger? No. But soon we'll be tackling the Seth Timer achievement, and I want us to have an opportunity to look at the final stat screen after we unlock the Seth Timer, okay? So first of all, I'm gonna make a save here, overwriting our circuit save run, we no longer need it. And let's keep going here, outside of the, whoa my god, beam of light, you are again vulnerable, so be very careful. Oh, now Seth has missed for whatever reason. That's fine. Okay, on we go. I like the idea that Horus at least protects us in this moonbeam light capacity. He at least does something. Anywho, watch this. Lara nopes out of this boss fight. Okay guys, no time to celebrate. We are on a Seth Timer. Sprint, sprint, sprint through these two. Okay, then standing jump is the best thing you can do, and then keep sprinting. Thankfully, you are always gonna transition into a slide, which is perfect. It allows you to think about the setup for your next jump. So this is a very lenient challenge in that way. Okay, we just shimmied once, meaning we saved up an extra second, and now let's go, 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 go. Whoa! Ooh, wasn't sure I'll make that one. Okay, Seth Timer. Let's go, 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 go! Miss Croft, go!
Quickly, girl, before it collapses around you.
You back, Werner? No more set?
No time. Your hand, Lara. Give me your hand. Take my hand. I can pull you to safety.
Good to see you again, Werner.
I couldn't leave you.
My apologies for cutting the credits short, don't worry, I'm gonna show you the credits at the end of the video, but for now I just wanted to see us unlocking Good to See You Again, Werner, a very bittersweet achievement and the final achievement of our run. Now before we celebrate all the achievements we unlocked, I wanted us to take a look at the final stats. Let's start at the beginning with the stats for Tomb Raider 1 Remastered. Tomb Raider 1 Unfinished Business Remastered, Tomb Raider 2 Remastered, Tomb Raider 2 Golden Mask Expansion Remastered, including the stats for the Nightmare in Vegas level, Tomb Raider 3 Remastered stats, including the All Hallows bonus level with the fixed pickups count, Tomb Raider 3 The Lost Artifact Expansion Remastered stats, and my custom combined stats for all the previous games within the Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered package, including the expansion. Just an interesting experiment here. This will be more relevant when we wrap up our Angel of Darkness playthrough. I want to combine the stats for the 4, 5, 6 Remastered trilogy as well, compare them, and then combine all 6 core era games and all their expansions. And the Times exclusive level. Talking about the Times exclusive level, let's take a look at the stats there. Somehow we managed to score 15 kills here despite there being only 14 enemies. It's a weird bug I only experienced in Tomb Raider 4 Remastered, also in the Citadel Gate level, strangely enough. Nevertheless, I'll get into the nitty-gritty of the dysfunctional kills when we finally take a look at what we've been all waiting for. What an absolutely beautiful sight after such a long journey. I've been waiting for this. So guys, I would very much like to take things from the top and move our way to the bottom, also taking into account all the other previous entries in the franchise and do a bit of a comparison. Which one still ranks the highest and where does Tomb Raider 4, The Last Revelation Remastered, fit into this? So starting with the time taken, unsurprisingly, Tomb Raider 4 takes the first spot. 13 hours, 7 minutes and 13 seconds. This of course doesn't include the time we spent in photo mode, which was a lot of time, or the alternate runs, reloads, circuit save run, that sort of thing. Nevertheless, this has beaten Tomb Raider 3's 10 hours, 52 minutes and 27 seconds. When it comes to distance traveled, this is 67,828 in-game meters, which in terms of the actual in-game squares means 36,664 squares that during the course of our journey we touched and traveled through. This is again where Tomb Raider 4 takes the first spot, beating the previously longest game in the franchise, Tomb Raider 3's 60,340 meters, meaning, for better comparison, 32,616 squares. When it comes to the ammunition we have used, we are at 5,699 shots/projectiles fired, but this is a bit of a disappointing spot. We are in the 5th spot. We are beaten by Tomb Raider 3's 5,876 shots fired, just barely. Then Tomb Raider 1's unfinished business, 7,281 shots fired. Then Tomb Raider 1 core games, 8,320 shots. And then, unsurprisingly, Tomb Raider 2's 11,696 shots fired. Honestly, games with a heavier Uzi's usage will always take the first spot. Now, the problem I have with this statistic isn't that we're not on the first place. Tomb Raider 4 is overall a less bloodthirsty game than the previous ones. That's hardly surprising. It's the fact that I cannot really tell you what our accuracy was like, because whilst Tomb Raider 4 and 5 do track the shots fired, they don't track shots hit. I don't know why they removed this statistic. It's such a bummer, and I was really hoping the remasters would maintain this standard, but alas, they decided to ditch this altogether. So I cannot really tell you how accurate we were. Now the good news is that just like in Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2 Golden Mask expansion, Tomb Raider 3 and Tomb Raider 3 The Lost Artifact expansion, in Tomb Raider 4 End Times exclusive level, if that counts, we have not used a single med pack. Finally, I was able to beat the game like this, and that's because we used the whole save reload exploit in the locust-filled corridor in the Citadel Gate level, which to my knowledge is the only way to beat the game without using medpacks. In some other good news, Tomb Raider 4 takes the first spot in the single game with the highest number of pickups. 589 times we have picked up some form of supplies or key items, beating Tomb Raider 2's 585. This is an absolutely insane number, and let me tell you, this will get even crazier in New Game Plus. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Furthermore guys, I really feel like this number should actually be 1 point lower because of the Amulet of Horus. Remember, we picked it up 3 times. In Burial Chambers, then Lara recovered it at the final cutscene in the Citadel of Cairo, and then we re-picked it up in the Temple of Horus. 3 times we picked it up. This increased our pickups count by 2 points. During Burial Chambers and during Temple of Horus, in the Cairo cutscene it didn't count. But it's still the one and only item, so it should in my opinion count only once, and we should be at 588 pickups, but it's fine. Now whilst the screen will tell you out of 589 total, if you remember, there were in fact more goodies we didn't pick up in the game. This total only tells you what you need for the Buried With Me achievement, but in fact, we also didn't pick up 5 more goodies in the winning path at the Tomb of Semerkhet, and also 2 supplies that were set on fire in the following level, the Guardian of Semerkhet. Although we did take them to unlock This Is Fine achievement very temporarily. Now, the kills count is where it gets really messy. In Tomb Raider 4 Remastered, we have managed to increase our kills count to 481, being fully aware that we can artificially increase it infinite number of times via repeatedly devouring Amit the Devourer in today's final level, or in the Mastabas level, killing the 3 wise monkeys over and over again, which is probably the easier method to do so. So you can sort of do it this way, but without taking advantage of this and doing an exploit with infinite kills like this, you should have 481 unique kills bagged. This is unfortunately the 3rd spot. We are beaten by Tomb Raider 3 in the 2nd spot with 506 kills, and then, of course, again unsurprisingly, I mean just look at the ammunition spent, Tomb Raider 2 with 516 kills, still having the 1st spot. However, I do need to mention a couple of important caveats. What we see represented as in-game kills within Tomb Raider 4 is actually quite incorrect. First of all, driving over enemies still will not bag you a kill, despite them fixing this in the previous trilogy, which is infuriating to no end, but we took care to kill every single enemy manually with our guns. However, the problems continue. We also killed the 17 soldiers in the Lost Library of Alexandria, my most favorite level. None of these counted as kills, something to do with the destructible gemstones that need to take the damage. Furthermore, the 7 turrets, I think 4 in the City of the Dead and 3 in the Trenches level, also do not count as kills despite being enemies casting shadows and Lara aiming her pistols at them. And finally, in Chambers of Tulun, the giant Minotaur, whom we can only kill with a vehicle, doesn't count as a kill due to the issue I mentioned at the very beginning. So guys, there are a couple of kills that were not tracked via the in-game skill count. If we were to do that, our real kills count would be 496 unique enemies killed, okay? However, this is where it gets even more interesting. If we were to count the enemies we did not kill. First of all, 6 wild boars in Cambodia that were slaughtered via Von Croy and his knife, but not by young Lara. Then 7 mummies in burial chambers, which at the time were unkillable because we were lacking explosive ordnance. This will not be the case on New Game Plus, it will be very satisfying. And then guys, probably the weirdest one of them all, Ahmed's truck is an enemy, casts shadow, Lara aims her pistols at him, and he throws grenades at us. Ahmed's truck is an enemy that I'm absolutely counting, making appearance both in KV5 and the Valley of Kings. However, it's the same unique enemy, so I'm only gonna count it here once. Furthermore, this is where it gets a bit tricky, the unkillable bull in the Guardian of the Samarkand level, which might not be the actual Guardian of Samarkand, might also not be a unique enemy, hard to say, because of his future appearance in the Street Bazaar level. Given that there are 2 identical looking bulls in Underneath the Sphinx level, I think it's fair to say that the bulls in the Street Bazaar and Guardian of Samarkand level are also 2 separate ones, so I'm gonna count both. Then, remember guys, there is one enemy we cannot kill, and that is Golden Lara statue, who also casts a shadow, has a HP bar, and Lara aims her pistols at her, and you can bag the kill, but then you will die, so this is another one of those. Furthermore, there were 4 unkillable Crusaders in the Citadel level of Cairo, and finally, sort of the cherry on top, the 1 soldier of Giza that we didn't kill but instead saved for the armory key, which enabled us to get to the secret, plenty of goodies, and also triggers sort of a compensatory giant scorpion as another kill we can bag only if we do not kill this soldier. So, what I'm trying to say with this absolute mess is that if the kills count was to work properly, we have killed 496 unique people/monsters out of 528 enemies. But, like I said, you can always artificially increase your kill count infinitely in the Mastabas and the Temple of Horus level. This still means we are in the 3rd spot when it comes to the kills, however. Moving on to a very clear-cut statistic, 70 out of 70 secrets found, and this means Tomb Raider 4 earns yet another 1st spot, beating Tomb Raider 3's 60 secrets, or 59 as was the case in the original, but fixed count in the remastered version. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of how the breakables are tracked in Tomb Raider 4, but it's all very useful just for tracking the singular oops achievement. In our losing path through the Tomb of Samarkand level run, run, we have broken all 169 breakable vessels. This would be 170 should you take the winning path, but why would you do that? I truly do not know. Now, what I'm more interested in is of course to see whether Tomb Raider 4 gets another first spot. And just looking at the breakable vessels, it doesn't. Tomb Raider 2 had in fact 174 breakables. But this is not a fair comparison. There are other plentiful non-vessel breakable objects in Tomb Raider 4. In fact, there are 120 of them that we need to add up, leading to the total of 289 breakable objects out of 299 because of 5 breakable vessels we left alone in the winning path through the Tomb of Samarkand, and also in the next level, Guardian of Samarkand, there were 2 doors and 3 eye symbols not broken by us, but via the invincible bull. So it's not fair to take credit there. So again, the Samarkand levels are screwing our stats over. We have therefore broken 289 out of 299 objects in the game, taking the first spot and topping Tomb Raider 2's 174. And as a finishing touch, I just want to add these multiple level spanning achievements onto the stat screen. This is what I've been working my way towards throughout the game, finding different spots for these squares with their different trackable numbers. We have completed Theomachist, Inspector Vadget, Hypatia Would Be Proud, Buried With Me, Security Breach, and Oops achievements across the entire game. There is one multiple level spanning achievement which I'm not including here, and that's of course saving 4 soldiers for the Samarkand saved achievement, but that was an entirely alternate playthrough that has nothing to do with the run whose statistics we are looking at here. Now what this stat screen doesn't show you, however, is just how many achievements we've unlocked throughout the entire run. So let's take a much closer look at our achievements plan. So guys, it's been a while since we talked face to face like this, but looking very briefly at honestly a very straightforward and simple achievements plan. The first step was the Times exclusive level, where we unlocked 2 achievements, one for simply beating it and the other for finding its 2 secrets. The second step we have just wrapped up after many months. This is the longest classic Tomb Raider game in existence. We unlocked the following 61 achievements for the core playthrough of Tomb Raider 4 Remastered, wrapping up with good to see you again, Werner. That means that out of the 64 achievements in the total Tomb Raider 4 Remastered package, we have one more playthrough to do, and that's New Game Plus. Welcome to Duat. The name is very fitting. It will feel like we're literally sailing across the underworld. Now, what I want to dedicate an entire section of the video today is talking about sort of the mission preparation for the New Game Plus run, because the New Game Plus run video I'll create will be without any commentary. It's going to be sort of a silent alternative to people who prefer walkthroughs that way. I'm going to 100% it and do a few extra challenges. But let's first of all follow up on our sort of channel tradition of looking at the Raiding the Globe website to see the breakdown of all the changes for the New Game Plus mode of Tomb Raider 4 Remastered. Okay guys, here we are in the comforting presence of Raiding the Globe. In case you have not heard about this website, these guys are an excellent resource for all sorts of digital goodies. They have the latest Tomb Raider news covered, and they have an absolutely lovely breakdown of the New Game Plus difficulty modes for all the remasters up to this date. Okay guys, so this is where I want to take us. I think we are zoomed in just the right way. My head is probably covering the top of the pyramid here. Really cool artwork where the Great Pyramid of Giza turns into this glass pyramid of Louvre. Excellent idea. But let's just scroll down. New Game Plus modes. The New Game Plus modes that will be unlocked once the main games have been completed allow you to revisit Lara's darkest stories with some serious twists to extend the life of the remastered collection. The question is, are you ready? Are we? Well guys, unlike last time that I did this, I have already completed the New Game Plus difficulty mode of Tomb Raider 4 Remastered twice even, once on PlayStation 4, a pre-patch number 2, and once very recently, just earlier this week, on PlayStation 5, post-major patch 2, okay? I have yet to do this for PC on Good Old Games version, where there's still only Major Patch 1, still Major Patch 2 hasn't been released there, we'll see if there'll be any differences, with the Steam version of the PC version of the game, where I'm actually gonna record all the footage and that my video was gonna be comprised of, so to speak, okay? But there are a couple of notes I took and I wanna share with you, but first let's just see the official, as far as the fan website breakdown can offer, of raiding the globe. So first of all, Tomb Raider 4, The Last Revelation, and I don't want to spoil what's up for Chronicles or Angel of Darkness. Let's keep that a secret for now. Even I myself have no bloody clue yet, okay? But for Tomb Raider 4, I'm familiar. So first of all, saved games are named level name plus. Not just save games, the level names and the resulting saved games, yes. Lara wears sunglasses from the start. Yes, this includes young Lara in Cambodia, which is, you know, she's just extra sassy with those on. I think I'm gonna be turning them on and off as we progress through different levels, you know, no reason to have sunglasses deep underground, but on the surface, why the hell not? Cheats are disabled, we don't care about that. Von Croy doesn't give any tutorials hints in the Angorvad level. This might sound like an increase in difficulty, but it's an absolute blessing. Well, if you're playing New Game Plus, you've already beaten the game once. There's no point to constantly be interrupted, so this is great. Von Croy doesn't react to boss in Angorvad level, we'll just have to outrun those little beasties. We cannot really rely on him. Originally I thought it's a bug, but since it's listed here, it's probably an intentional design. Von Croy always opens the path of the heretical, no matter how many secrets you found, we don't care, I'm gonna show you how to, of course, get every single pickup. Small and large medivacs are replaced with ammo. Now, guys, in Tomb Raider 1, 2 and 3, New Game Plus difficulty modes, this was actually a bit of a blessing. All ammo was valuable. Shotgun, magnums, Uzis, MP5, M16, what have you. It was all valuable. And you might be thinking, okay, so to counterbalance the increased difficulty of Tomb Raider 4 New Game Plus mode, we're gonna get so much more explosive ammo, right? Wrong. See, this is where I really learned to hate flash grenades. In order for us not to really be at any serious advantage when it comes to ammunition, they're gonna spoon feed us normal crossbow bolts, which are worthless when it comes to dealing damage on normal difficulty, let alone New Game Plus, but also flash grenades. I think I might use flash grenades 3 or 4 times in the New Game Plus run, we'll see, but this is how these cheeky bastards at Saber and Aspire have decided not to actually give us more ammo, turning that into flash grenades and normal crossbow bolts. So you have been warned, we'll really need to manage our explosive resources in this one, but honestly, it's part of the fun. New locations for small and large med packs, more exploring required. They are not kidding. So guys, very important thing, this is why I've been dreading tackling the New Game Plus difficulty mode and why I'm gonna need extra time to pull this off, not the usual 2 weeks like in the past, but actually more than a month. It's not just that the game is big, but also there currently, at least as according to my own research, doesn't yet exist a comprehensive guide showing every single Medipeg location for Tomb Raider 4 Remastered New Game Plus mode. That's a mouthful. I've seen some forum threads that were started but unfinished. I've seen some videos showcasing just a few hidden medpegs here and there that people have found, but no comprehensive video showing all of them, and there was just one walkthrough I have seen claiming to have found all of them, and then you check the video description and the author of the video said, oh, I missed a few pickups. I'm like, great, thanks. So I don't want to release a video unless I'm sure that I have shown you every single pickup that's in the game, and I was so desperate. How on earth am I gonna pull this off? Well, what if I was to tell you guys that I found a way, finally, and I can't believe this didn't sort of pop into my mind earlier. There is an amazing utility called TRViewer, where you can open it up, boot up any level file from any of the original or remastered games. Both versions work fine. I think the Angel of Darkness as well, which is amazing, and you can start scanning the environments for every single pickup in these levels. I finally have the tool to make sure I will find everything, and they have this wonderful New Game Plus toggle flag in them. So using this method, I have studied every level in detail, I have taken notes where every single new medpeg is, and I'm pretty confident I can show you where all the hidden medpegs are. I'm also gonna provide plenty of timestamps into the description of the video, at least that's my plan, but it's I think over 135 hidden medpacks or something like that. I'm not sure the YouTube description field can handle that, but I want to be able to share with you where to get all the medpacks on this tricky difficulty mode, okay? As far as I know, no one's ever done that yet, so we'll see. Maybe someone will beat me to it in the following month or so. So guys, not only are we gonna find every single hidden medpack and get all the goodies, and yes, we will be at over 700 pickups, yep, which is gonna make this the highest number of pickups in any Tomb Raider game so far, but also, what if I was to tell you I'm gonna beat the New Game Plus difficulty mode without using a single medpack? And of course, goes without saying, without exploiting, exiting and re-entering levels for a health refill, okay? I pulled this off on PlayStation 5, so now I have no excuse not to pull it off here, and it's kind of gonna be the ultimate New Game Plus guide. I hope it's gonna work out well. Anyway, let's move on. Enemy health and attack values have been increased. It doesn't say how much. Every enemy has been uniquely tweaked, but expect 2.5 as much health. Occasionally you will get away with just twice as much health. This is gonna make especially the scarabs quite tricky, or the assassins, and we're gonna get to skeletons, oh boy. Most enemies move faster, this is true. The undead crusaders are essentially roller skating across the levels, as are the mummies in burial chambers and mastabas. So prepare for roller skating undead. Obstacles and traps now deal lethal or nearly lethal damage. This is what we expected from previous New Game Pluses. All shockwave damage has been increased. This just means the mechanical Minotaur, which, if we play our cards right, we're not gonna get hit by a shockwave at all, so it's fine. Lara has all weapons in the Tomb of Seth level and one box of each ammo type. So not from the beginning of the game, because she has no guns in Cambodia, this is young Lara we're gonna play as, but from Tomb of Seth you are equipped with everything, and this is crucial for killing those 7 mummies in burial chambers early on, okay? Mummies and skeletons have HP and are only vulnerable to explosives. Other weapons do no damage to them. I feel like this undersells what's actually happening. So first of all, that's true. Mummies and skeletons never had any HP, you would never deal damage to them, you only made them instantly explode via any explosive, right? Well, now they have HP, plenty of it, and it takes 5 to 6 explosions to kill just one. So we'll need to try to cluster these guys together, make excellent use of super grenades, and try to carefully manage our resources, because Catacombs and Temple of Poseidon are gonna eat up our entire supply of explosives to actually land all the kills. Okay guys, so it's gonna be an interesting challenge. Other weapons do no damage to them. You can no longer push them into pits. That is not an option. You cannot decapitate them. I'm not sure if you can even destroy their shield arms, not that that matters much, but that's the case, unfortunately. These guys are gonna be tough as nails, and managing our supply of explosives is the biggest challenge in terms of properly 100%ing this. Furthermore, there is an important point I want to make here. Whilst we are gonna kill those extra mummies in burial chambers, there is one skeleton in the Temple of Poseidon level which in New Game Plus difficulty mode is unkillable. In normal difficulty mode you will see this lazy bastard lying on the ground, and he will never ever wake up, but that's not a problem. Since he's lying on the ground you can just kill him from the surface without him waking up and bag the kill, and this is what we did in our normal Let's Play series. Here, in New Game Plus, you will never find any skeleton lying on the floor. They will all, upon being triggered and awakened, sort of reappear and rise from the ground like undead digging themselves out from the graves. A couple of skeletons did that also on the normal difficulty. Here, almost all of them will do that on New Game Plus. But this skeleton does not have a trigger, the annoying bastard. I have even checked in TRViewer, I right click, I try to look for some trigger that I might have missed. Nothing. This guy cannot be triggered, and in New Game Plus he cannot be killed because he doesn't appear lying down on the ground. So just keep that in mind. One less killable enemy, but 7 more in the burial chambers. But we're gonna get to the cherry on top as we scroll down. Furthermore, Jeep grenades deal 900 damage. Honestly, I never noticed this because I was playing so carefully on New Game Plus I never got hit by a Jeep grenade, but good to know, to be warned in advance. Lara cannot decapitate skeletons. This I already mentioned. Soldiers in Giza are hostile to Lara from the start. I didn't even mention because I just started throwing super grenades anywhere just to bag the kills before the scorpions kill them. Giant scorpions, talking about those guys, do not attack soldiers. If you say so, we're just gonna remove them so quickly that this is gonna make no difference. The armory key is taken along with the guard's keys by default, Menkaura's pyramid level. This means the guard that we saved in our normal run to get the secret giant scorpion kill and plenty of goodies and breakables later on. This guy is tricky because the scorpion kills him so fast you cannot deal enough damage to the scorpion to save him. Also, the soldiers are kind of supposed to be hostile to you, so it wouldn't really make sense in this difficulty mode, so he just drops the key even if he dies. Now, what I was trying to find out is we can kill him to increase our kill count, as well as the scorpion, as well as get the key on New Game Plus, and unfortunately, guys, if you do decide to launch a super grenade to kill the soldier before the scorpion, the moment your grenades kill the soldier, Lara instantly dies. Not because of the super grenade blast radius, this is some weird bug or maybe even intentional design so you cannot save him when he's supposed to be hostile and they didn't know how to figure it out. But if you lob a couple of super grenades into the room, you run out of any kind of explosion range and your grenades kill the soldier before the scorpion, Lara's health will instantly drop to 0. I don't know what's up with this, but I've tested this at least 50 different times and repeatedly this is what happens. So this is a soldier we will not kill, a giant scorpion will kill him, okay? Finally, the lever that triggers the good monkey is disabled until the other 2 monkeys have been killed at least once in the Mastabas level. Not a problem for us bloodthirsty players, but also if you're not interested in all the kills, it's good that they force you to do it this way, because the other 2 monkeys will each drop a large medpack, as I found out. And finally, the reason why I'm so looking forward to the New Game Plus and what almost redeems Tomb Raider 4's final level, Seth is a mandatory boss to defeat. And this is how it should have been on normal difficulty and in the original version of the game as well. You should first defeat Seth's physical manifestation or weaken it to give you time limit to be able to climb up, seal him and escape. But to not even interact with the boss's moveset during the boss fight, that is an absolute heresy we witnessed today, but New Game Plus will fix things. So that's the plan for New Game Plus, guys. Oh, 2 things I wanted to mention. They still haven't fixed the kills count when driving over enemies. It doesn't count as a kill, which would make things so much easier on New Game Plus. Nope. We'll have to kill everyone manually without driving over them even on this difficulty mode, and that's gonna make Valley of Kings especially difficult without using a medpack. But possible, I pulled it off and I'm gonna show you how. Oh, and one other thing, normally I would also make a no commentary, no medpacks used a long play video of an expansion to the game, like I did with previous 3. Tomb Raider 4 has only the Times exclusive level, so I'm gonna include the Times exclusive level, no commentary run of it, within the New Game Plus video between Cambodia and the Tomb of Seth of this larger video. Of course, there doesn't exist a New Game Plus difficulty mode for the Times exclusive level. Nevertheless, I feel like it's only fitting to include it here and not as a separate video. It's my no commentary alternative to people who cannot stand listen to me talking their ear off. And I'd also like to use this video as an opportunity to just tell you what I'm working on next. So just to wrap things up with the New Game Plus video, you can be on the lookout to it. It will be a lot of work. It's gonna take some time. I don't want to rush it. I want it to turn out good. I don't want to miss anything. As a result, I'm planning to release it on December 31st. Yep, on New Year's Eve. Because New Year's Eve is when the events of the Temple of Horus actually take place, and Lara is summoning Horus through the Great Pyramid just as the millennial stars align, according to Samarkand at least. So the moment in the year 2025 in Egypt, in Giza, according to their time zone, we're gonna move on to 2026. That's how I want to time that exact moment in the FMV cutscene. I want Lara in my video to be summoning Horus, which is why I'm gonna do a live premiere of this video, so to speak, so that if you guys are stuck at home or something, you can also have it run in the background or watch it and check it out for yourself or play along. But I want us to time this one video exactly to New Year's Eve. I think that's a pretty fun idea. Let's honestly hope that the 2 months exactly to this day I have to do this will be enough, because this video is not gonna have, I think, less than 11 hours, but we'll see how this will turn out. Now, what I'm also working on and have been working on diligently across summer, which is why my video rate sometimes decreased, was 25 Christmas videos I want to start releasing from December 1st all the way to December 25th for Christmas. It's an absolutely fun project I've been working on in the past year and also the year before. I'm gonna be tackling Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban PC version of the game. Not as great as the Chamber of Secrets one, but it's still part of the same core trilogy, scratches the same itch, and it's a lot of fun. And I have a couple of really interesting episodes planned, because the game is shorter. I couldn't really artificially stretch it to 25 videos, but I have you covered, don't worry. So every single day of December from 1st till 25th there will be a new video coming from me, as well as on 31st the New Game Plus video, okay guys? I will also, the earliest thing I'm gonna do is actually already happening next week. Next week we have a charity stream with Extra Run Us in Tomb Raider community, headed by Dr. Amy Goodram and also Stella from Stella's Walkthroughs. Many of us, there are I think now almost 50 different people who have joined forces within the community and are gonna essentially stream and do marathon from Friday till Sunday next week, collecting money for Children's Miracle Hospital Network. All the kids stuck in hospitals that, you know, have been stranded there for a while will be given care, expensive equipment will be purchased, and also, very important, video games will be provided so that they are not bored out of their minds. And we all love video games. Come on guys, it's an awesome thing. So I do hope to see you there. I myself will be streaming on Saturday next week, and essentially I have a couple of time trials for Tomb Raider Legend planned, for which I still need to practice. I haven't done that yet. And to make things a little bit more interesting, all I'm gonna say is there's gonna be plenty of pain and punishment involved, because it just wouldn't be Tomb Raiding without it, right? We need to spice things up, literally. That's all I'm gonna say for now. So guys, I really hope to see you there live next week. I'll be on Twitch, as is the annual tradition. I think it's gonna be the 6th year I've participated now. And please check out others with their amazing streams as well. And if you can donate, amazing. We will be ever so grateful to you. So that's what's next. Charity stream next week, then the Christmas videos from December 1st till 25th, then the New Game Plus video for Tomb Raider 4 releasing on 31st of December, and also I am already working on an entirely new Let's Play series for a completely different video game that's an absolute I have a love affair with since I was little. And let me just tell you, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but if you're comfortable with the tank controls of classic Tomb Raiders, you'll be comfortable playing this one along with me, maybe even as well. That's gonna release in January next year, as well as Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles. But I don't want to start working on Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles until I finish the New Game Plus video for Tomb Raider 4. I like to, you know, close each individual chapters off. Okay guys? So the bad news is that after next week, after the charity stream, there will be almost a month or 3.5 week period where you're not really gonna see any videos from me, but that's because I'm working on 26 videos I want to bring you in December. I hope that's okay. If you're my Patreon and you don't want to support me for, you know, almost 3 weeks, I'm not gonna make a new video. That's completely fine. I do understand it. I thank you for even joining up to this point. If you decide to support me nevertheless through rather silent November, I really appreciate it so much. You guys are what enables me to keep going. Saying that, I have yet to give thanks to my amazing Patreons, so I'm gonna do that right now. And also, I'm gonna play you the credits of Tomb Raider 4 Remastered because I cut them short when we unlock the final achievement of our run, okay? So guys, I wanna say thanks to my amazing patrons. Please enjoy the credits if you're so inclined. And the next time I'm gonna see you Tomb Raider-wise is already next week in Tomb Raider Legend for some time trials. And the next time I'm gonna see you in a sort of proper core era Tomb Raider series is gonna be on New Year's Eve in Tomb Raider 4 New Game Plus. And the next time we're actually gonna talk to one another whilst playing a Tomb Raider is gonna be in January with Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles Remastered. This game is my guilty pleasure. I know it's not a great game, but I love each and every one of those levels, so I cannot wait to cover them. Okay guys, until we talk to one another again, I really want to wish all of you happy raiding. Blangupel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Pooh the Two, Basic Branny, and Bino. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for summoning help when the pyramid started collapsing around Lara. Who knew it would be Von Croy having a change of heart out of all the people? Next, I would like to say big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkey, Karavetu, Renegade Durney, Blanket Fox, Jonathan Jones, DigDB, and Biddy92. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel and also for teaching Lara how to cheat. Her heart is so vile and full of sins, she would never pass Horus's purity test. However, using the water skins as a workaround, she was able to enter the Temple of Horus. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti, Alexander, and Richard Dearman. Thank you guys so much for your valiant support of the channel, and also for feeding Amit the Devourer the hearts of Von Croy's assassins, keeping her nice and docile and well fed. Well, looking at her now, she doesn't seem nice or docile, but at least she's safely locked up in the cage. Thank you for keeping us safe. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your long and generous support of the channel. And also, not many people know that the Amulet of Horus has lost all its heavenly power when Seth came in full force. It was in fact your power of the Italian-made freezer that keeps Seth buried inside the Great Pyramid to this very day, and the world safe from he who walks with the jackal at the dawn of man. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members as well as to each and every one of you for making it to the end of the video. And for those of you who've been sticking around for the entire Tomb Raider 4 journey, thank you so much. I hope you had an absolute blast. I had way more fun with Tomb Raider 4 than I thought, and I'm not gonna lie, the remastered visual upgrades did a lot of the heavy pulling. I like all the previous entries much more than Tomb Raider 4, nevertheless I had a blast as well, and looking at the stat screen here is just incredibly satisfying. So let me know guys how your own run turned out in the comment section below. Did you manage it also without using medpacks? What was the time it took for you? Did you land all these skills, or perhaps you found a way to land more? Of course, without exploiting the three wise monkeys and Amit the Devourer. If there are any secrets I have not uncovered here, share them with all of us in the comment section. I could not be more grateful. Now guys, I talked about what's next. I'm gonna start cracking the stream next week, then 26 videos in December, and then we're gonna be back in Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles Remastered in January, and an entirely new Let's Play series. So, until I'll see you again, I want to wish all of you happy raiding and enjoy the credits roll.